Hey, everybody, welcome to the Modern Eater Show. I'm Jay Parker. Woo, woo, woo. Remember that? I'm old. That's old school stuff. Anyway, the Modern Eater, we're putting together this year's road trip and summer dinner series as we speak. So today on the show, I'm going to show you a little bit of footage from last year. It's awesome. TME Road Trip 2020, we went up into the mountains, Palisade, and visited our buddies at Sauvage Spectrum. Colorado agriculture, Colorado wine at its finest right here, you guys. So you watch this. Stay tuned to themoderneater.com especially. That's where you go to get all your summer dinner series and the TME Road Trip 2021 updates. Themoderneater.com. Say it with me. Themoderneater.com. Themoderneater.com. You ready for this? You want to check out some Colorado wine? Let's go.
East Orchard Mesa. Where is it? It's in Palisade, Colorado. Beautiful, looking out over wine country. What? Yep, you got it. Wine country. And this is a cool one because Kai Bab, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
All right, good. You know, we've spent some time together, but folks don't know we're on live right now on Facebook. We got a great interview of the vineyard, the winery, everything. We did have fun. And Patrick, good to see you.
Love to pour your rosé. Are you ready?
Wait, we got to pour this.
Yeah. We do still wines too. It's not all sparkling.
So we're up on the hill right now. This is the overlook. Brian's here with us. Jay behind the camera. But just give us an overview of this land. You were telling us just a minute ago what an honor and a pleasure it is, and just take it from there.
So very fortunate to be farming here. This is the most premium farm ground for tree fruit and vines in Colorado. What we're looking on down here is the vinelands. This is where we plant all of our high-end grapes. This is the best soil you can get here. East Orchard Mesa, where we're standing, is really good. It really tree fruit well, and that's why we got this vineyard orchard here behind us. This orchard feeds a fruit stand. It's amazing. We have peaches, pluots, apriums, pears, plums, just you name it. We grow apricot. I already said apricots. So yeah, truly blessed to get to live here. You know, with the contrast of this green valley with the book cliffs and the mesa right here. I mean, it's just awe-inspiring. All at the mouth of the Tibet Canyon with the Colorado River flowing through it, feeding us. It's the lifeblood of the agriculture. We couldn't have any of this here without the river. We get 10 inches of rain a year. We're high desert. It's great growing conditions.
What do you think, Patrick? You get to play with the grapes.
Oh yeah, I mean it's really interesting. Like you said, we're 4,700 feet, and just growing some really interesting varietals. And we're super excited to make still wines. You know, from the Savage block, which you're looking over right now. Just beautiful. Some of the most quality grapes that I've seen coming out of the state. That's for sure, and that's why I'm here. You know, because they are.
You got the production facility. The whole gang was down there, and again tonight when we do our recap show, we're going to play the full interview. But I can see why you pulled out some vines out of there to build that production facility and the tasting room. I can see why you're like, oh man, we didn't. But it makes sense now. Look at that. There's going to be a bright future ahead for that. Gives great perspective of really what the overall brand is, don't you think, Brian?
I think it's so cool. And Greg, one of the things I'm curious, what is most wine in California grown at? Because you said 4,700 feet here. That's like sea level down there, isn't it?
Well, yeah, they're sea level, less than 1,000. I think you see a lot of that. But you know, they have those nice coastal vineyards that get that maritime fog. We don't get that. We don't get fog. It's all about the breeze here.
Yeah, sure, it's easy to grow there, but you guys are doing something special up here, man.
Yep.
I've seen high elevation advertised from like 1,200 feet. And I'm like, that's not high elevation.
Oh, we got the red.
Yeah.
So tell us about the rosé a little, Patrick.
So yeah,
what's in here? Where did it go? Who drank all that?
I don't know. We wish we had all day. We've spent some time with these guys, but really, the rosé, talk about that.
Yeah, rosé, 50% neutral French oak, barrel fermented, 50% stainless steel. And those weren't any barrels. They were red barrels, previously held Malbec. Super weird. Really interesting technique. Blended those two wines together. It's a complex rosé.
It's Bordeaux rosé.
Bordeaux varietals, direct to press.
Yeah, when
red
you say
grapes.
weird, I don't think that's using the right word to describe this because it is far from weird.
Yeah,
It is awesome, man.
It's got depth. It's complex. An awesome food wine pairs really well with spicy.
A little more
foods.
complex. Than
Yeah, so it's different.
rosés.
We're trying to do things that are different than that are normal,
Well, tell me about this red. I want to
Yeah,
try
yeah.
that.
So this is our Domaine Sauvage. This is essentially our house red. And what we have here is 31% Verona. We did a carbonic maceration, which brings out, they do it in Beaujolais Nouveaux, it brings out a lot of those bubblegum,
Great
black
punchy
cherry.
bubblegum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bubblegum.
Wait, you said Verona, though. That's not in France. That's in Italy.
Is it?
Yeah,
It
Verona is where
Northern Italy.
Shakespeare's, yeah.
So this is a cold hardy variety, which means they're new to this area. So we talked about our winters, right? The colder it gets, and so we started experimenting after we had that in 2015. We lost our trunks. Remember I was showing you guys down there? It's cold hardy to -32. It's a polar bear.
Wow.
We have its sister seedling planted on a Tom Plotcher's breeding program. Petite Pearl. This is a blend of
69% Petite Pearl as well. Verona, the rest Petite Pearl. Petite Pearl was treated just like a regular open red fermentation, more traditional. And the Verona was gassed in tank with CO2 to bring out those super fruit forward flavors. So two very different grapes.
polar opposites.
Well, the nose on this is big. Tell me, what am I
Delicious
getting?
wines. We're doing a tasting up on the mesa here. I love it.
Oh,
But
my God.
Tonight you're going to get the deep dive, and we're going to go on down the road, too. You're going to send us to some neighbors. Show your neighbors here and just give us a look. I'll tell you what, as you're sitting here talking, you guys, I just can't keep my eyes off of this valley that they call Palisade, Colorado. This
Awe-inspiring.
is magnificent. Colorado River going through there. Where's Clark family at?
Clarks are over here to the east, about halfway to the Book Cliffs. We're going to go over there. They farm about 100 acres of peaches right here in the Vinelands. I'm super jealous of all the property they have because it's some of the best ground here in Colorado. So they're great. They're great partners. They have just opened it up in an event center, Orchard River View, and they're partnered with us. They're going to carry our Sparklet exclusively for all their weddings. So it's I've known Dennis, the owner, since I was a little kid. I used to make boxes for him in the packing shed.
Cool.
And we're going to go meet with Mackenzie and Chris, his son-in-law and his daughter.
So you have time? Take us up the road?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Let's
this
do
is
it.
great.
Let's go
All
say
right.
hi to those guys.
We're
They're
going to go
great.
say hello on down the road. Thank you guys for tuning in right now. Again, heading on down to Clark's, and then we're going to go to, don't we have...
Wherever you want. Yeah,
Ghost Rock, right?
We've got the tour guys. This is going to be great.
Ghost
Yeah,
Rock's
Greg, can we-
right here. They're on the river. Their property is adjacent to the river, and they're new to this area, and they're just doing amazing things, making cheeses, butters, all local. They're doing. We're happy to have them as neighbors.
Whatever you do, make sure you tune in. We're calling it about sundown is when we do our recap show for the day. Busy day ahead. Thanks for tuning in right now. Whatever you do, come back for our recap show. There's going to be a lot of good stuff on there for you. See you down the road. The Modern Eater Show continues.
Hi, I'm Amber with Strohauer Farms, and I'm just here to remind you that the best potatoes are grown here in Colorado. Goodness elevated. Thanks for watching the Modern Eater Show.
Hey, Zach Ryder here, Colorado Mills Sunflower Products out of Lamar, Colorado. Your only local source, grown from a local crop to produce a local oil for local chefs. You can find it at Shamrock Foods, What Chefs Want, Seattle Fish Company. Let me try it one more time, then we'll see. Hey, restaurants, we're glad you're reopening. From Colorado Mills Sunflower Oil, we'll see you soon.
First, we partner with the best farmers in the world, and then we tell them, we will take it all. Process whole spices daily, blend custom spices to order, keep it fresh, safe, and flavorful, all so that you can get back to doing what you do best. So whether you're a restaurant, a food manufacturer, or an at-home cook, be sure to visit The Spice Guy at www.thespiceguyco.com.
Hey Modern Eater fans, I'm Don Trobo with the Annex by Ardent Mills, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about some of the great things we've got going on locally in the state. We're headquartered right here, and we're working with farmers in the San Luis Valley to bring you amazing Colorado quinoa. It's just like the South American stuff, but grown locally. We've got transitional wheat flour that's grown by farmers in Colorado and surrounding states who are in the process of turning their fields into organic. So we're taking that transitional wheat and turning it into flour, and now it's available for you to cook and bake with. And last but not least, we're now cleaning grain berries in Denver. So things like spelt or wheat berries or pearl barley, those are things that we're now doing right here locally and are available to you. Can't wait to share it with you.
Hi, I'm Jeff Nations from Aspen Baking Company. It's really important right now to support local. That's why I support the Modern Eater. Now, back to the show.
It's a beautiful morning in Palisade, Colorado. Brian, we're getting going.
This is so exciting to be here, man. It is gorgeous.
You got to start the day out with a little wine.
Ooh, a little bit? Come
A
on.
lot of wine before it's time. Right here, Sauvage Spectrum is where we're at. And this is going to be a cool tour. Stick around, but we have to introduce these guys to you. Kaibab Sauvage.
Kaibab Sauvage, grape grower, co-founder of Sauvage Spectrum. Happy to be with these guys today. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely.
This is rad.
Patrick, how are you?
How you guys doing?
Patrick Matty.
Patrick Matty, winemaker here, Sauvage Spectrum.
And here we are in Palisade, Colorado. You got to go, when you're coming from where we were in Fruita, you have to go all the way up the highway and then turn around and then come back. There's that exit. Is there a different exit?
Exit 42 here.
Exit
42.
Take exit 42 if you're coming
down
from.
Alberta, I think it's called. Down the highway, 38 and a quarter road.
All right, let's
right
set
here.
it up. We're going to walk in 676 and it's 38th and a
38 and a quarter road.
38th and a quarter
Super
road.
unique roads out here.
Absolutely.
We're 38 and a quarter miles from the Utah border.
Yep. Isn't that cool?
It's,
Is that how they did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you always know how far away Utah is.
Just when you
every county road, right?
Yeah.
Is that way, yeah.
just when you think nothing makes sense, it makes perfect sense, and we're starting to see that right now.
So
this is beautiful
Did
property.
Patrick tell you the story about the building
No,
here?
do it.
So this was vineyard last year, all the way through. And, I've been growing grapes for 20 years, and finally we partnered up and decided we should launch a winery, and so we needed a place for a winery. So we looked around. I really didn't want to take grapes out at all, but this was the best spot. We had power, gas, water, everything we needed. And so last year at this time, this was just a flat dirt right here. So we started doing dirt work, got the concrete poured.
Last year.
Woo,
you boys been working.
We got off.
Congratulations.
We finished it in August, just in time to bring in Chardonnay. We were literally finished.
We were hooking up the tanks and running the glycol and barely had running water, but we made it happen.
Yeah, we got it done. It was fun.
How many acres are you sitting on right here?
So this place we call the Savage Block.
Uh-huh.
It's one of my first leases. This is 9 acres here. I first started, I was farming for other people, and I started picking up land leases. And this was one of my first ones. Great guy gave me a chance. I didn't even have enough money to buy the trellis supplies. I took on a loan for the trellis supplies. Ag Credit loaned me the money. They were like, we'll give this guy a chance. Took out a 7-year loan, and this has been my workhorse. This produces just amazing grapes. We have Malbec, Petit Verdot, and Roussanne here. We can get into more in the vineyard later.
Kaibab, say that again. How many acres?
9.
9 acres.
9 here,
Did
right?
you end up buying it?
Yeah, so what happened is he gave me a chance. Everybody gave me a chance. I was just a young, hard-working farmer. And the landowner gave me a shot. It was a peach orchard. We put in grapes. And then the bank gave me a chance. And last year, about 2 years ago, I was able to purchase it from the land leaser. So it went full circle, and he was so cool. He really wanted me to have it. He did an owner carry on it. And so that's what enabled us owning this to build here as well. So
It's awesome.
It's a great community.
I mean, every business starts out with a great story, and you're on the right track. What got you into the business? You said farming, agriculture beforehand. What were you farming before this?
So always grapes.
Always grapes.
Yeah, so I grew up on a peach farm, and Palisade's really known for their peaches, but we were like the resident labor on the farm. Mm-hmm. So I didn't really like peaches because, as a kid, all we did was work in peaches. So I wanted to farm something different, and grapes were really getting going about the time that I finished school. And so I started for Book Cliff Vineyards, learned how to grow grapes there, and started planting our own vineyards. So,
so if you were to do Grapes 101, and we're going to dig in here, right?
Okay.
What is it? 5 things that you need to know before you even get going growing grapes.
all right, it's all timing. You need to match the variety to the site.
Okay.
That's key. You cannot just plant whatever you like.
Give
to
an
drink.
example.
So, a lot of people so Nero de Vola, right, out of Sicily. Great wine. You love the wine, right? It takes a really hot region to ripen that.
Yep.
Another guy just asked me the other day, can we grow it here? Ripens after Cab Sauv. We barely get Cab Sauv ripe here. So no, don't plant that. Probably not going to work here. So we're looking at cold hardiness. We get cold in the winter. Most Vitis vinifera, classic European wine grapes, only take about -5 degrees. We're high desert here, but it can get as low as, we saw -8 in 2015, and we lost, like here, we're missing that vine. The trunks will actually split because it gets so cold, and you lose the vine down to the roots. So you got to tie it back up and retrain that overwintering structure. So match the variety to the site. Pick a good site, pick a nice, well-drained soil. Grapes love that. You got to, so much of quality and control is watering on the right time, controlling your weeds, just doing the right things at the right time is paramount to being a successful premium wine grape grower. And so we've had the last 20 years to learn the hard way on a lot of those things. But
Kaibab, can I ask you? You just said when you lose the vine, do you have to start over? Do you dig it up, or is that when you evaluate? Do you completely? Tell me. I mean,
that's a great question. Both. So in 15, we used to grow Petit Syrah here, and it kept winter killing, and so we removed it. We took it out. We dug it all out, pushed it up, burned it. It was a really expensive bonfire. And then, but we went back in with better varieties. We went back more suited to Colorado. So that's what I say, match the variety to the site. We went back in with more Malbec, more Petit Verdot. Those do great here. They match our season well. They take the winter's Petit Verdot a little better than Malbec. So, but like this is Roussanne here. You can see our trunks. We go through and we cut them out, and they'll grow back off the roots. If you're own rooted, which we are on most of our stuff. A lot of people, like in peaches and stuff, they'll graft to a different root. And we're going more that way here now just because we have a little root louse called phylloxera that loves Vitis vinifera. Yeah. So fortunately, it hasn't caused us any issues, but we're just taking preventative steps to start planting resistant rootstock on all our new stuff. We actually have to mound that scion. We have to cover it in dirt so that if it does freeze, it doesn't freeze back to the rootstock. Otherwise, we'd have to regraft.
What about age of the vines? Because with trees, you're pruning the age of the trees, the fruit, the maturity of it to get that delicious fruit. Some years you don't even get fruit leading up to it. But what do you do? Is there any kind of similar technique to trees and the vines?
Yeah, I mean, I think establishing a good foundation is key to all growing. So first year we focus on root growth on our vines. We really build that foundation. Second year we're going to start establishing the overwintering structure. So starting strong. I mean, if you get behind in the beginning, those vines and trees take years to catch back up, if ever. So really, getting good plant material and getting a solid start is key.
Well, in the root you were asking, I'm curious about, because this concept of doing a different root stock because of this grafting is a big thing in your industry now, right?
It is.
Much more where it was before, where it was the same vine for 100 years or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Are you looking for different vines that are tolerant to the cold or different root stock, like you were saying? Is that something that you think all wineries will go to, especially with how the weather is changing? I mean,
to rootstock?
To this more hardy rootstock that's not necessarily the grape that they're going to be producing in the orchard.
I do. I think they're going to have to, because taking the risk with phylloxera is just too high of a risk to go own rooted. Even yesterday, I was ordering vines for next year. Always looking for, we grow about 20 plus different varieties. I'm always looking for new experimental varieties and see how they work here. I'm like a research grower, kind of. I just love it.
So how many varieties? Patrick, I've never had you this quiet for this amount of time. Please jump in. But how many varieties, too, are you guys?
That's why we partnered. He's
he's a great
head
grower.
off for the wine.
Yeah, I make wine. Yeah, I mean, Kaibob could fill you in on the grapes. Obviously, what we have right here in the Savage block is Malbec, Petit Verdot, and Roussanne, which I think is highly underrated. We love making Roussanne. But yeah, I mean,
crazy good barrel fermented Roussanne inside.
That is a great partnership, the farmer and the winemaker.
Yeah, it's been really amazing to.
How long you guys been doing business together?
About a year now, pretty
So
much.
Patrick, former employer, that's how we met. They were a big customer of mine, and so that's when I met Patrick probably 8 years ago, I think. And so he's worked with our fruit, which was awesome for like the last 8 years, and he moved on. Well, you tell the story.
Yeah. So basically, Urban Winery in Denver worked with them, and that's kind of where I cut my teeth in the winemaking, and we learned a lot there. And I was able to meet Kaibob early on and learn how to sample the vineyards, and that's when it all started. And we were able to continue to use his fruit even as I moved on to other companies, which was awesome. And really, these are the only grapes I know. I didn't make wine in Sonoma. I didn't make wine in Napa. I didn't learn anywhere else.
Got his teeth right here.
Yeah, right here with these grapes. And we're continuing to develop and just make awesome wines and really just make them premier, some really premier wines.
What else do you guys want to show us?
I think let's go into the winery, and if you have time, we can come check some more about the vineyard or not.
Please, yeah, absolutely.
Hey. What's going on, everybody? This is Brother Luck from Lucky Dumpling, 4 by Brother Luck in Colorado Springs, and I am rocking with the Modern Eater. You're watching them, you're tasting them, you're knowing everything there is to know about Colorado.
Hi, Charlie from Brews Beers here. Our new Belgian Abbey 4-pack is a mixed package of the 4 core beers made in Abbey and Trappist breweries in Belgium. So we have a single, a double, a triple, and a quadruple in one package. Now, quadruples are the emperors of Belgian monastery ales. They're dark in color, with a dense tan head and alcohol ranging from 8 to 12%, so they're pretty strong. Quadruples are very rich and complex with big maltiness, spice, and flavors of raisins, cherries, and plums. Alcohol is apparent in the mouthfeel, but not overwhelming, even at 10.5% ABV. So the finish is long, complex, and dry, and they're great beers anytime, by themselves or with hearty foods. Pick up your Abbey 4-pack at either Brews location, 67th and Pecos, or at Colfax in York, and at fine liquor stores throughout the Denver metro area. Take home some Belgian-style badassery today.
Hi. This is for the outtake version.
What's up, Denver?
I am Chef Natasha Hess, and this is Chef Carrie Baird, and we are at the Ginger Pig.
Check us out, gingerpig.com. You can also see us on the moderneater.com. Thanks, everybody. It's cornstarch.
I know. It's cool.
Right now, let me tell you about Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions. He's the man with the plan when it comes to tap installations and tap maintenance. Jeff Rourke is the most trusted man in the business. 20-plus years, family-owned and operated, does great work, and you might be knocking the rust off of your bar or restaurant and getting things tuned back up. He's the guy to call. If you're pouring inefficient beer, Jay, what are you doing?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
Money. Don't do that. Foam is money. Get a hold of Jeff Rourke, A+ Beverage Solutions. Tell him what you need done. He'd be happy to come out and just take a look for you. Here's the phone number to give him a call, 720-272-3809. One more time, 720-272-3809. It's Jeff Rourke and A+ Beverage Solutions. Okay.
Yeah, we have a lot of really good partners around the state, and that's why we have the double loading dock. We bring our grapes in, weigh them, get the weights, put them in the cooler. We pick to order, put them on the reefer trucks, ship them out to whatever wineries purchased them throughout the state.
Set up.
Yeah,
it works well.
I think what's important to highlight, it was important not to alienate his current customer base. So we're taking grapes that weren't necessarily sold in year one and making some really awesome wines out of them. And yeah, just we want the whole industry to grow. Not just us. We want to showcase the Grand Valley, and with the food as well. We want to highlight the food pairings with our wine and everyone else's wine as well.
Well, and Patrick, is this just the effervescent wine that you're getting out of this vineyard right here? Is that, or are you guys? I mean, because I know what you're doing. That's, in my eyes, really revolutionary, market changing, is going after this sparkling in a different way with it, making it more approachable. And I love what you guys have, what I've tasted so far. Thank you for sharing.
Of course.
But is this vineyard pushing out the grapes for most of your sparkling stuff, or?
So we have about 15 different sites, and so most of our sparkling are actually coming from a different site, and all our blends are top secret. But
sure,
it's the main component is this very strong acidic, has a strong acid backbone, and then this amazing fruit forwardness to it, and that's kind of our secret ingredient. That grape.
And is that a grape that grows well here?
It does super well here.
It's good for you finding something that I think it's the hardest thing is because a lot of people, you're trying to find what is the right peach, and for you guys, you found the right grape. That's awesome, man.
But what we have here is a lot of our still reds, which we're not quite talking about too much right now because we're riding this sparkling wave. But what we're about to show you is that we did make some Malbec, we did make some Petit Verdot, but we really just want to highlight our sparkling.
Talk about the red blend, I think.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
In front of the barrels.
I'll cut the.
All right. And actually, speaking of them, there they are right there, lined up on the counter.
Yeah, look at that. Look at this.
I can't wait to see you guys' progress throughout the years.
Yeah, it's been remarkable. It's exploded already. We're set to make, a couple 100 gallons, and we made about 4,000 cases in year one. And it's really been a fun project to work on. So what we started with, we developed our Sparklet line. What this is, it's fun, affordable, fruit forward. These are effervescent, sparkling white wines, and we want to see them on the liquor store shelf for less than $20. You see a lot of $18, but that's taking our proprietary blends, and they're all very different, very unique wines. And that's what our focus has been. And then what we did, we came out with the Pet Nat. So as far as we know, this is one of Colorado's first natural sparkling Pétillant Naturel. So ancestral method. It's like the precursor to champagne. It's hazy, it's yeasty. We like to shake it up. It's full of those tropical notes right here. Man, there's tons of pineapple on this. You're drinking the yeast. It's in the bottom of the bottle. So this has been a really fun wine. It's just been crushing the market, as well as our rosé. You can't say no to that color right there.
I love
but yeah,
your passion really does shine. I mean, so that kind of that all natural feel look
it is.
to it. Would that be like the cider of grapes?
Well, it's the no sulfites added, which is really nice because they came out really clean, really fruity. That doesn't always happen with no sulfites added. It's just it's unfined, it's unrefined. There's not much going on. It's taking the grapes that were grown, throwing them in a tank, and really capturing.
Champagne glasses.
They're coming. This wine's all about capturing that moment in time, the moment of fermentation,
right?
And it's just pure unrefined flavor of our high desert terroir. Really fun wine.
Barrels are all of them a certain kind of your microphone. Oh, thank you, Jay. Sorry about that. What kind of barrels? Are you all of it the same or different?
So this one we've kept all proprietary, including this one. It has these really fun grapes in there that lend an awesome aspect to sparkling. The Pet Nat's really unique because really, as we're making our Sparklet blends, we had some juice that didn't quite fit in the tank, so we just started throwing it all in one tank, barely even tasting it, And when push came to shove, we said we got to do something with this. Started fermentation, had the bottles on site, and let it finish up in the bottle. So it's bottle fermented, and it's 4 aromatic grapes.
That was good work, man. That was the hustle. That was the scramble.
Do you want to? Which one you want to try?
I think show us how you open the pet nat.
Yeah. So the pet nat, we want all of our wines served chilled.
Talk about the name.
Super cold. Pet Nat stands for Pétillant Naturel. If you notice on the front of here, you're going to see it here in a minute. It's on our property. We have this old Metro International bus, and it's going to be our mobile tasting bar. We're going to be serving on site in the vineyard, on the estate, out of it, as well as to wedding events can book it. And all that. It's super fun. People are already getting next to it, taking pictures, doing the hashtag thing.
It's kind of our mascot.
Yeah, it's our mascot right now.
Now, distilleries are huge on boasting their capabilities on their bottle. It's fermented by, it's distilled by.
Yeah.
What do you guys do for?
Ancestral method sparkling. It just means that it finished, it conditioned in the bottle, it carbonated.
Wait, say that again.
Ancestral method. It finished carbonation in the bottle because it was fermenting in the bottle, and we capped it, right? And that's why you see the yeast in here. So what we urge people to do, what I like, you don't have to do this. You could drink it if you like it a little bit cleared out. But what we like to do is actually shake it up, and it's really cool. It's very, very psychedelic. You'll see all that yeast. You'll see that yeast dropping down.
Very psychedelic.
Yeah, it's really cool because it adds almost like a bitterness, those yeasty brioche flavors that almost turn these pineapples into tastes like a pineapple mimosa.
It does
for me. And you'll notice our sparklings are a touch higher. As far as the carbonation goes, and that's not
it's
higher.
The ancestral in-bottle dissemination of the.
You got it. Exactly. All that.
A touch higher alcohol because we let our grapes ripen a little bit more as well. And we actually have varietal characteristics coming out. These aren't just green apple like you find in your typical sparkling wines. I mean, this is what our high desert terroir lends us.
Let me do what I do best.
What do you do?
I taste it and I say, is this delicious?
Let's sample you in order. We'll start with our extra dry.
I got an interesting thought for you, question. That some people have said versus winemakers versus distillers. A distiller has to be perfect every time, taste the same.
Of course.
In winemaking,
You'd
you
like
have a
that
little more.
consistency, wouldn't you?
Well, but you have more liberty.
I heard
because
the
grape
biggest
is going to change.
The
from year to
biggest
year.
difference I heard is they make way more money.
Well, but do you get where I'm going with this? Because you already have the grape is gonna the wine's gonna taste different year to year.
Extra dry.
This is the extra dry.
Bone dry.
So we aren't looking for
Citrus,
consistency.
green
We are in essence. We want to develop a profile. But it could change. It changes with the year. It changes what grapes might be available that year. But a product like this is going to change every year. It's going to carry the same label, but we don't know what grapes are even going to end up in this blend right now. So that's what's really unique. And what we're trying to do with this is meant to be the first cult classic. Like this is like when you're going to the brewery and they just release so and so double dry hop. This is our answer to that.
Love it.
Okay, so you're seasonal in a sense.
It is, and it's limited release. We made just over 100 cases, and it's only available right now until it runs out, and it's never going to taste the same.
That's great. All right, gents, I can teach you how to drink scotch like a sir.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to approach this. How should we approach this? How should we taste it? School us on this, right?
This guy.
Yeah. So extra dry right here. We don't necessarily like the flute because you have a bigger wine glass, such as a white wine glass, is going to unleash those aromas, which it's known for. These are highly aromatic white wines.
So the flute's design is to hold bubbles, but it also holds all your aromas. So you want to get that nose to really, enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I do is
a mouthfeel.
I like to smell it about twice. And you close your eyes, it puts that energy.
Yeah, what should I be getting?
On the extra dry, you're going to get apricot. You're going to get some real ripe flavors such as
lemon blossom,
apricot.
Immediately, I wanted a piece of cheese. I don't know why. But I think it's good with food, though.
Yeah. And so
Pear's
this
amazing. Yeah,
it would,
it's amazing.
especially something really fatty because this is bone dry. It's got high acid. It's going to cut through that brie cheese or Ghost Rock Farms butter straight off the spoon.
These both pair amazingly with fried chicken. It's a great pairing.
Yeah, so we just had a chef out and did a paired brunch. We do Sunday brunches, and man, yeah,
out here, so people can come in and do.
Not yet. We did a virtual, but it is in our plan. We do have our first wine dinner. We just booked it. We're not ready to release the details. The date, it's coming up.
Or the chef.
The chef
may or may not be with us. It's not.
The chef is.
It may down
Chris,
the road. Something might happen.
We want to work. With you guys.
We're working with Chris McAdams and Sadie, Fork and Path, Denver food bloggers.
Cool.
Phenomenal chefs.
Well, we'd love to. I mean, get them in at one of our nights.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. You guys, you should. They're awesome.
What's next? I mean, you've been talking the pet matter.
He wants to talk about the science of winemaking.
Oh,
yeah.
We need
all
big
right.
Erlenmeyer flasks for our winemaking. Not really. I just think this is really funny. It's so big.
Let me pour you a touch of this real quick.
I'll open it up.
Here, let me get you guys a.
We'll fly through the Spark Light series.
Yep. Yep. You can
just a little touch.
It's okay to
dump.
Yep.
So we don't have.
And it's okay not to, too. You know.
We don't have as many bubbles as Method Champenois. We could not sell this bottle for $20 if it was Method Champenois. We've tried to keep everything because we're vertically integrated already. With him growing the fruit, we're able to keep the prices low. So these are your first 20 or below bottles of Colorado sparkling wine that you are going to see on the shelf.
You'd like that price point.
It is. It's less than $20, $19.99 or less.
Tell them though, why does it cost more money to add more bubbles?
Oh, because you have so much.
Hey guys, Alex Armitage over at Sam's No. 3 Glendale. You want a Bloody Mary? You want a cheeseburger? You want a breakfast burrito? Greek salad? Bacon gyro meat? Chicken souvlaki? Barbecue ranch salad? We got you covered. Come down and see us. One more time. Try it again. Hey guys, Alex Armitage over here at Sam's No. 3 Glendale. Now get your ass to themoderneater.com. Thank you so much.
Modern Eater, we love you guys. This is Amber with Northern Colorado Potatoes, reminding everyone that potatoes grown here are truly rooted in love and rooted in a long history of being grown in this area. Early 1900s reports show that this was either the largest or one of the largest potato producing areas in the nation. Other states have had some amazing branding, but don't forget we have all your favorite varieties and more you love to cook and eat, including russet. Support local potatoes, you won't be disappointed.
Hey guys, it's Caroline Glover. I'm the chef owner of Annette out at Stanley Marketplace. Citrus is about to be in its prime, and you're watching the Modern Eater Show. I'm fine with that.
All right, you guys, back to the show in just a second. I'm here in Colorado Springs with Chef Noah Siebenaler, and we're here to tell you about bread, and specifically Aspen Baking. Aspen Baking Company has been baking the best bread in Colorado since 1994. Chef, I know you use Aspen Baking Company here. What do you use here? Why do you like it?
So I use their sourdough, their French Parisian, their burger rolls, marble rye, and slider rolls. I was introduced about 3.5 years ago, and I haven't found a better bread in Colorado since. So we use it exclusively for everything.
I'm telling you what, you guys, don't take my word for it. Take Chef Noah's. They're making quality product. They don't put in the fake colors. They don't put in the chemicals. They don't freeze it. They don't do that stuff. They just bake fresh bread. AspenBaking.com is where you go to get that bread. And now, back to the show.
Why does it cost more money to add more bubbles?
Because you have so much time riddling the yeast out, just so much labor involved in really doing the true method champenois. We have
It takes
our
about 2 years to do method champenois.
Yeah.
Where we can produce this much quicker.
Wow. Yeah. And we're not trying to produce it quick. We're still lees aging. We're picking for sparkling wine. We're trying to make high quality wines. We really are. We're not trying to push out a product that we can't stand behind, because all we have is our name at the end of the day. So.
Well, it's interesting because you've let me taste this, and you say it's a sparkling, right? But it's not, because I'll tell you, I do not like Spanish personally. Okay. I'm not a California. I'm not that guy who likes that. The gruettes and the sparkling, which I guess that's our version of champagne. So that's where I always go. Where you guys really, that's why I called it an effervescent.
So the biggest difference you're going to find is those are about 7 volumes of CO2. So there's just a ton of bubbles up in those, and these are a little bit less. They're more around 5 volumes of CO2. So they're less aggressive, and we really want to keep the aromatics in, let you experience it, and it goes down easier because those bubbles aren't just beating
Truly
you up.
delicious.
And
all right, what's next?
Patrick's
all right, let's do the pet net.
Is really showcased in this. These are very soft, easy drinking, fruit forward wines. They just that's totally his skill.
We love high acid wines. No one's dictating based upon past historicals on what we need to make. We're making the wines we want to drink, and we hope you guys like them.
Should we do the rosé real quick?
Cutting new road.
Sure.
I actually, Greg, what'd you think about that off dry? I almost like that better than the first one. I mean, this is all personal.
No, I was down with the first one a little bit.
Did you like the first one better? Yeah. The second one to me came a little off.
We've found that beer drinkers like the extra dry better.
Interesting, which Greg is, and I'm more of a, I'd say tequila, but deep down I'm Hispanic, but
So the off dry, I'm curious what you guys thought of. Very perfumed, aromatic.
It
notes.
really was. It was. I mean, and it was more reminiscent of a wine,
right?
To me,
okay.
Where this is tasted tighter,
this is more champagne style.
Yes, exactly.
And this is more like
you're getting more floral aromatics on the off dry. Gardenias, flowers,
nice,
and whatnot, honey blossom. So here we have our Sparklet Rosé. We're super excited about this. It's 99% aromatic red grape, direct to press, and we think it's our best yet. It has about 11.5 grams per liter residual sugar, so it's not sweet.
That's what I was.
It has a great balance. So the acid is just ripping on this, and it's all about balance in winemaking and color too. So I mean, this thing sitting on the shelf, it's just been flying off down in Denver, which we're super happy with
And all our bottles are screen printed, so you could put that in an ice bath, whatever. You're not going to lose that. When you're done with it, you could use it as a vase, put flowers in it, whatever. We want you to
recycle,
enjoy our brand and recycle.
Where can people find it in Denver?
Oh, Denver, we're at Joy Wine and Spirits.
Carolyn's got you in there.
Yeah, Carolyn. We're at the Wine Cellars.
Oh, very cool.
Cherry Creek.
Well.
Blanchard.
Blanchard Family Wine. They're a huge partner of ours.
Soon to be pretty much everywhere. This is gonna.
Oh, it is.
I'll tell you, summertime. Right here. If
this is a pool wine for sure all day. The acid just makes you want to take another drink.
I'm really interested in this one because
it's natural.
It's kind of the antithesis of what you've got going on
It
here.
is. It's totally opposite. These are super clean. This actually has less acid on it. More pineapple, tropical, mango aromas. It finished fermentation in the bottle. It's yeasty. It's hazy. I never thought I'd make a natural wine.
Was this a mistake that you said, all right, this is actually pretty good?
It wasn't. Like I said, we just kept collecting the juice that wouldn't fit into these wines, And finally we said, we got to do something with this. We can't have 130 gallons of juice just sitting there. Like, what are we going to do?
But those flavors that you just called out, those aren't reminiscent of wine. I mean, when you start talking pineapple and mango and these other things, I don't think, my head doesn't go to wine.
So some of the grapes came even a little bit riper. So this has about 14% alcohol. It's a white wine and it's sparkling. That's pretty high.
Trouble.
It is. You will get hammered. It's a great value for $22 only. You will just annihilated.
Now, would it get better with age? So if I bought a case and held it back a couple years, is that bad or good?
I wouldn't go too many years on it, but it is on the lees. So in that respect, the lees help keep the wine a little bit fresher.
And the metal seal, this crown cap, that's going to keep it fresh too. Corks are designed to let a little oxygen in to let them age. So this is really going to keep all our wines very fresh, and that was the whole idea behind that.
Yep.
Much more environmentally friendly than the cork and cage.
And harvesting cork trees and whatnot. And then, there's TCA, there's, opportunity for the wine to go bad after it's bottled. So this is our flavors that we've captured, and we want you to taste them as we bottle
I'll tell you
them.
what strikes me of what you guys have said, and really I think it's indicative of the region that you're in, that you're cutting new road. You're doing it by your rules, the way that you want it done. And when I see these lines and coming into this, I think that this is so innovative and creative that if you're looking for something that's just a little bit, you're bored, right? Say you're bored. You feel like you've tasted it all.
Yeah.
You come around to this, baby, I can guarantee you'll probably be like, that's something new and unique.
Yeah, we're trying to spin Colorado wine on its head. Nothing like this.
Well, because
has been
there's not
done
an
before.
expectation for this here. You know what I mean? You've created your own expectation. People are going to be trying to mimic you.
If you don't like it, we're going to drink it, so we don't care.
That's a form of flattery, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's a category almost, Greg. Wouldn't you think? I mean, they're almost creating something
truly.
that's so
Now this, we've visited these, so you're just doing comparisons of what you've tasted before in the past, or subjective. You have your own taste, right?
Yeah.
So you can do that all day long with these. This right here, I think, is just so unique. I like the packaging and the labeling. But guys, how do people identify that this is actually coming from here? I'm looking at the branding, and I like the branding altogether. But is there Sauvage on here somewhere?
It's
Sauvage
very small
Spectrum?
in the back. We created this as more or less a lifestyle brand. Our tagline is celebrate every day. We just wanted something kind of sleek, sexy, something that you haven't seen out of Colorado before, and we're super excited. Our graphic designer just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, this is hot stuff.
And we just wanted it to look good on the shelf as well, and be great wine.
Your packaging capsulizes what's in the bottle, which is really cool.
Well, and Greg, I'll tell you one thing that I think will differentiate this is I'm going to buy a case. So that's definitely going to be different from these.
Well, I don't need to buy anything because I'm going to get a couple bottles from him. What else do you guys want to show us before we...
I want to show you the label, too. So we're all about sustainability here. So when you're done with your bottle, you can peel this off, and then it's a sticker.
Yeah.
You could put it on your water bottle, whatever. You can see over here, we like to just cut it in a circle, and you can just stick it on whatever you want.
If you drink, crappy box wine during the week, I would stick that on your box wine just to remind you what you want to drink on the weekend,
Here, who wants to be the brand ambassador? Put it on your shirt there.
I got it.
See?
Yeah.
Very
Pet Nat Love right there.
What else? You want to head out back real quick?
Yeah, let's
we'll
go
wrap this thing up, and then
Yeah.
you're going to show us on top of Mesa, right?
Let's check out Patina, and we'll walk and go through the vineyard.
Gosh, you guys, I got to say thank you. I mean, that was the best way to start my day, quite honestly.
Oh, you're going to need a nap in an hour.
Oh, man, we got to, it's good for us,
That
you know?
was good.
Hey, you guys, Jay here with the Modern Eater Show. Thanks for watching. Don't forget about our YouTube and Instagram channels. A lot of killer content over there. Throw us a subscribe on YouTube. Throw us a follow on Instagram. And thank you for supporting TME. We couldn't do this without our amazing sponsors, so let's check them out right now.
Very proud to be part of the Modern Eater, and chefs, restaurant owners, any food service operators. I know right now that delivery and carry out is bigger than ever, And we got you covered. Cambro has a full line of delivery and carry-out items. More economical options are expanded polypropylene or EPP, nice insulated container. The ProCard Ultra is really versatile. It's a great unit because you can actually store cold products down here, hot products up here. It's all 120. There's no refrigeration worries. It's all thermodynamics. Just let us know what your food service challenges are, what it is we can do to help you out, and there isn't anything that we can't do for you. So hope to see you over here at our facility in Park Hill soon, and stay safe out there.
You know, everybody, with several $1 million of hard assets here, insurance is very, very important to us. Ewing Leavitt covers it all. Machinery, building, workman's comp. Ewing Leavitt's got us covered from the floor to the ceiling, from our alley, even to the street. This divider, this press, my cooling conveyor, my oven. Ow, ow. Ewing Leavitt covers our counter stacker and our employees too. If you need insurance, take it from Little Rich at Rockalitas. Call Ewing Leavitt, they'll get you covered.
Hey, this is Keegan from D-Bar in Denver. You guys might find it difficult to stay in touch and stay up to date with the ever-changing culinary scene in Colorado. It's almost impossible. Just tune in to the Modern Eater. These guys have their fingers on the pulse of what's happening in all of the food and beverage in all of Colorado. They're behind us. They understand the idea of shopping local and shopping small. So support them, you support us.
Making education cool again, Jay. You know how? Culinary Quick Start program. We are in love. They're using Studio Kitchen Colorado Monday through Thursday. If you have any desire to get into culinary or you're just sharpening your skills, I'm telling you, these guys, Chef Blake, Chef Marcus, they're instructing a course, and I've been there the past couple of nights, and this course is cool. It's informative, it's innovative, and it has the Modern Eater touch on it. You can tune into this as well, but you have to sign up for the course. If you go to themoderneater.com, you'll see it on the top navigation bar. It's a drop-down. Emily Griffith Culinary Quick Start. All of the stuff that we're doing and sign-up information is right there for you. It's a gimme. It's free to you. It's like the cooking classes you pay for. Don't pay for them anymore. You just sign up, and what is the best part of this thing? We got jobs for you. The troops are rallying, the community's getting together, and there's a baseline. So restaurants, if you want to get involved, you're a restaurateur, you can get involved because we need you and you to support this program with your skills. So what does that entail? This entails getting together and having a job seminar for these students. It's going to be a baseline. You need a baseline of knowledge for your students for when they come in. You know they're going to be able to handle a line in a kitchen. So get involved. If you have any interest in signing up and being a student for this class, you can't get in on this 3 weeks, but the following 3 weeks you can get in on. Again, sign up, themoderneater.com. You'll see Emily Griffith Culinary Quick Start. But we want you to join the revolution of making education cool again. Okay, back to Elevation Food Service Rep.
So our views are pretty nice out the back. We can open up the back door here when the weather's nice, and you know, customers can be in there and sample, and they can check out all this. This is Petit Verdot here. Does great in Colorado. You can see the little clusters on there already. Grapes are self-fertile. So each one of these has a little tiny flower, and you get all these little tiny white flowers, and you get this amazing aromatics while they flower. It just smells like honeysuckle in the vineyard. It's wonderful. And then they set their berries, and right now they're just going to keep growing until they get to a certain size, and they're going to go through lag phase, and that's when that's when their pits get hard, and then they start changing color. They go through veraison, and that's when we're going to switch them from vegetative, what they're in right now, growth mode, to fruiting mode, because we're going to really strive for that. We want that maximize our quality, and we do that through irrigation. We back off on the irrigation.
Look at them peeking up at the time of day, and they're just taking it all in now.
We got that $1 million breeze coming through. We're at the mouth of the Beck Canyon.
Sick.
And you know, you hear about it a lot with the peaches, but the grapes love it because of why?
Oh, the braise. Well, the braise, which is unpleasant for us at times, makes their thicker. And so thicker skins of your reds, all your color and flavor, your anthocyanins, if you want to be geeky, come from the skins. And so we're getting thicker skins from the wind. We're also higher elevation. We're getting more solar radiation. So this umbrella-like canopy really captures all of that. And that's why we use this system. We get good dappled sunlight right here. Oh, excuse me.
This is why you watch the Modern Eater Show. This is the type of content that you can get, the type of passion. I mean, here farmer, winemaker together.
Boom. Teamwork.
Yeah.
Man,
Makes the dream work.
Sorry I interrupted. I
No,
just
you're
wanted
good.
to say
I'll talk all
that's
day.
why you watch. Go ahead. Keep going. Come on.
So we got dappled sunlight right here. So that's perfect. We're not going to sunburn these things because grapes like us will sunburn. And then we're getting good airflow here, so we're not getting disease pressure on that. So this canopy, this system works great.
And the
for us.
fruit zone is right here. You got the fruit hanging down over here. They're going to comb over all the canes.
Right.
That's that special planting method that you were talking about.
We do. We use a trellis system, we call it, and it's Genevan double curtain, and we have these two sides
Oh,
here.
the old Genevan double curtain.
Yeah, you know it.
Yes, you know that Genevan double curtain.
That's a good one.
Now, listen, there's got to be one of those sayings, like the 3 W's or something, because obviously water, weather, and other things control what your crop is going to look like, right? I mean, definitely the way you just talked about water, weather, wind.
Right.
I mean, and
then
altitude.
the real bad
and then,
word.
Yeah, hail and all the other
Don't say that.
stuff that, you know.
You don't say that word, especially around
We deal with harsh winters, too, so there's another W for you.
So
Yeah,
when you
winter
come out
time.
here and you're looking at this.
Uh-huh.
Can you gauge the future? Can you see a couple months down the road? Do you know if you're on the right track or not, or something's that's colors off? Oh no.
So right now, I guess we're mostly looking at crop right now. We're going through and we're counting clusters per vine, and we're estimating our crops.
Do that. Let me see you do that.
So what we're
I doubt it.
So most shoots have.
Yeah, sure you do.
You grab them. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17,
You guys
18,
got
19,
slow-mo?
and on and on. You really do.
So you count each vine, or
No.
I mean, because this is you do it some level,
No,
right?
well, I mean,
Or you just blowing smoke?
An average
sample.
And then you.
Oh yeah, we get like
Composite
5
sample.
per variety,
Yeah.
and then average it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we're going to check out our crop load. But yeah, there are key things. We can see too how full our clusters are, how well our berries set. We're using micronutrients right before flowering to make sure our plants are happy and they're going to set fruit.
Here's what I want you to do between now and the end of the interview.
Okay.
Just make something up that is not even anything at all, and let's see if we catch you.
Okay.
And then
I like that, Greg. I like that.
tell us. We'll ask you, okay, what was it? You go, all right.
I've been doing it the whole time already.
Have you really? Dang it.
We could head down and check out
Yeah,
Patina if you
do
want. That's our adult ice cream truck, we call it.
And we saw that on the label, didn't we?
Yeah.
And so I think that the biggest question that people are asking us are like, why sparkling? Why are you guys trying to do sparkling? Number one, no one's done it before. And what people don't realize is that we have this huge diurnal shift here in this valley. So it can get as hot as 100 degrees in the day, but then drop down to 60, 58 degrees at night. And that retains the nice acidity. But the hot sun during the day helps really ripen the fruit.
Well, you're growing something that grows well here to your terroir. You're growing the grape and actually making sure you're just finding the right market for your
Exactly.
grape. That
Absolutely.
I love what you guys
And
are doing.
a
man.
lot of it is if it's fruit that people aren't familiar with, these new varieties that we've planted that nobody's ever heard of, we can make a wine and show them how good of a wine they can make, and it helps us sell fruit too. So it does a lot for us.
You guys are very focused.
Question for you guys, can you tell where the variety changed? It changes right in here.
I think
I
that,
could
right this
Which
one right here.
Which one?
The one that's downward now.
You
Right.
nailed it. You guys got it. Any guess at what this variety is?
This one?
Yeah. You know there's 3 that grow here, right?
Give us the 3.
Malbec, Petit Verdot, Roussanne.
It's just a guess at that point, but Roussanne.
Well, we looked at the Roussanne. It's over there.
Wait.
The first one was Roussanne we looked at.
You didn't say a Malbec, though.
Nailed it. Exactly. Yep. So you can see morphological differences. Grapevines have personalities like people. darker foliage.
That's where I was
larger
just going to. I
clusters.
just went the dark is
Yep.
where I went. I mean, it was just a.
You can see it if we can go up on the canal here and look down, and you could actually see where the varieties change based on color. It's really cool.
Oh, okay, you can. All right,
Yeah.
I would have guessed that this is just a little more mature. Like this, those would look like this in a month or something like that because grown out and just like hair. Jay has curly hair, but once it get long, it drops.
Little known fact: grapes actually have hair on them. We have to brush it all off.
I love it.
There it is.
Ah,
there it is. Gotcha. That would have been good. You were looking at it. Let me see his eyes. Did he take that one in? That was good. All right, you got to start over.
You guys want to see patina here?
Yeah, let's do that.
Kai Bab, I was going to ask, each grape has its own season of days, right? You're
Yep.
counting days to harvest, right?
Yeah, so Chardonnays, we call them early,
one of
mid,
the
and
two.
late season. So like
It's up to you to
Chardonnay's
figure it out.
early, Malbec's mid, Petit Verdot's late. So we're looking at like September through
Yeah,
the
we're
end
gonna
of
put you guys
October.
up in this.
Is kind of the season. Cool story on this van. Land leaser of mine, you talked about how I have all these amazing partners we work with and grow grapes on their property. And he bought this 30 years ago. Same year he planted a vineyard. He parked it. He was going to restore it. Never restored it. Sat there just like this. We're taking out that little section. We're cleaning up his farm. We're cleaning up that little area. We're going to plant some Zweig out there just for fun, just because I think it'll do well in Colorado. It's going to make a beautiful red wine, you know, with that acid-forward Austrian structure. And so we asked him if we could buy it, and he sold it to us for a song. It doesn't run, got no brakes, got no steering.
But it got spirit.
It's got spirit. We used our backhoe because how do you tow it?
Yeah.
We picked it up with our backhoe, so with the front off the road, off the ground, and towed it here down the highway.
And dropped it.
Yeah, and set it down. So we wanna cut the side open, have it fold up,
tasting,
and do a tasting bar with it. Yeah,
you got to.
It'd be fun.
We're holding you to it now.
We'll do
it's
it.
happening. Yeah,
That's fantastic.
Get
it's
the cutoff
the
wheel.
inspiration for the Pet Nat.
All right, good a place as any. What a tour!
Thank you guys so much for coming
Thanks
out.
for
This was
coming.
fun.
This was kidding me. This is the beginning of a relationship that will grow strong roots, vine.
Strong foundation, right? Just like how we start vineyards and
Yeah.
orchards.
You
Strong
strung my
foundation.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
I can't believe it. And
Thank you.
new
Appreciate
friend.
it. Yeah, new friends. Love it. Love it.
Thank you, Badger.
Thank you, guys.
So you guys, this was a very cool tour. How can people what's your social media? What's your website? Just how people can
check it
dig
out.
in.
It's at Sauvage Spectrum Wines, Instagram, Facebook. Check us out at www.sparkletwine.com. We'll ship wine. We have almost 60 accounts now, so
Around
we
the
are
state.
around the state. We are
I-70 corridor.
Yep.
Within 1 year, right? I mean, this is just 1 year.
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah.
A lot of
Congratulations.
restaurant operators, restaurateurs.
Yeah, we're
watch the
working on
content.
more.
Are you looking for?
We're looking for more partners. We always are. We are vertically integrated. We can grow this. So let's get more partners. Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And we're going down the road. Hey, you're going to show us a couple more spots, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
Let's do it.
Gonna come along?
Where everyone's going. It's field trip day.
We're bringing it in. Where to next, guys? Where we gonna go?
You know what? Let's just go up here. So if you look right here, you can see some fruit trees. We got a little desert landscape hill, and there's a few little green peach trees. We farm that. We lease that up there. Those are peaches.
All right.
So we'll go up there. And
Heading on down the road. Up next, up there. That's where we're going. See you down the road. The Modern Eater Show continues.